A young woman logged into her max-level game account and entered the virtual game world, but she soon realized this world was not exactly as she remembered. It had been 200 years since she had dominated every player across the servers, yet her infamous title, the Silver Ring Witch, still struck fear into people. Jenny used to be a wealthy woman in real life, but she was completely paralyzed. She died when her hospital suddenly lost power. When she opened her eyes again, she found herself inside the game. At first, Jenny thought she was dreaming, but the feeling of physical pain made it clear this was no dream. After accepting her situation, Jenny went down to the inn's dining area. The innkeeper had already prepared breakfast. Facing real food after so long moved Jenny deeply. She hadn't eaten using her mouth for many years. In her previous life, she could hardly even move, let alone feed herself. After finishing the meal, Jenny looked around the room. The place felt somewhat familiar, but something also felt off. She remembered this area being very prosperous in the past. Hearing Jenny's confusion, the innkeeper explained that all that was 2 centuries ago. This was no longer the frontier region. Ever since the kingdom of Chiron was established here, the town had lost its former vitality. Hearing the kingdom's name, Jenny grew suspicious. She didn't recall any such kingdom in the original game. And what did they mean? 200 years had passed. Seeing her blank expression, the innkeeper went on. The 7 kingdoms of old were always at war. Life for the people was miserable, so much that even the gods grew displeased. So they chose 3 leaders from the 7 kingdoms. That was how the 3 current nations were formed, bringing 2 centuries of peace. Jenny was full of questions. She decided to stay at the inn for a while. She took out some coins and politely asked the innkeeper if it was enough for a few nights. The innkeeper and her daughter were shocked by the amount. Fortunately, they were honest people. They didn't try to take advantage of her. Instead, they warned her not to show so much money in public. That sum was a fortune in this world. They told her that just 4 coins would cover room and board for 10 days. Jenny was stunned. After 200 years, not only had money not depreciated, it had appreciated. Shaking her head in disbelief, she paid and went back to her room. With her stomach full, it was time to figure out her current situation. First, she opened her game interface.
名称ケーナレベル1100種族ハイエルフ称号スキルマスターナンバー3
Everything was exactly as she left it. Jenny felt a surge of pride. She was still incredibly overpowered. Next, she summoned her AI assistant. Right away, it gave her 2 pieces of bad news. Jenny had been completely disconnected from the hospital's life support system and the game's official servers. It was likely caused by the sudden power outage at the hospital. Hearing this, Jenny didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Her soul was now trapped inside the game, which meant her real body was dead. She spent the whole day staring out the window, lost in thought. Considering she might not be the only one transported here, she decided to visit the base tower to gather information. That evening, she casually mentioned her plan to go to the base tower. The innkeeper and her daughter turned pale with fear. They begged her not to go to such a dangerous place. They said it was home to the notorious Silver Ring Witch. Hearing that name, Jenny felt deeply embarrassed. She wished she could disappear into the floor. That was the title other players gave her 2 centuries ago, when she crushed them with ease. She never imagined her infamy would last this long. The thought strengthened her belief that other players must be in this world too. She had to go to the base tower and find out. Having made her decision, Jenny turned off the light and went to sleep. But shortly after, 2 thieves sneaked into her room. Seeing she was a female elf, they assumed she was rich. They thought they could easily steal some money. They had no idea this seemingly delicate girl was not to be messed with. Even in her sleep, her auto-defense system was active. Not only did they fail to get a single coin, they were chased around the room by a fierce beast. As the saying goes, they tried to gain an advantage but only ended up worse off. Jenny slept deeply through the whole incident. When she woke